Hello everybody. This is Michelle with Stampin' Butterfly. Thanks for joining me. Today I wanted to share a closer look at the designer series paper in the annual catalog. I know Sarah did a video recently with the mini catalog paper and it was super popular. And it's always nice to get a closer look. So I thought since I pulled together some display items for Stamp Fest that I thought I'd take a closer look with you guys as well. So I've kind of pulled down the items from my board. If you saw them earlier, I posted them. But we'll take a look at the paper and then we'll also look at some card samples I have for some of the packs. So the first one is Abigail Rose, and this coordinates with the suite in the catalog, and you'll see front and back. So it's kind of how I glued them down. So this is the front sheet and that's the back of it. Same thing with these guys. And then I've punched out some coordinating paper so you can see what colors are in your pack of paper. So a couple samples with this one. I put together this little card where you die cut the circle out and you color them with some blends and then you pop it up on a dimensional. So that one's a really pretty paper. Then we also have this one where I showcased the stamp in the coordinating stamp set and then layered on some paper with a little bit of a fun fold. So the next group of paper is He's the Man Specialty Designer Paper. Now this one's a little bit different. It's a 12 by 12 group of paper and these are the front and back, but instead of the extra sheet, so you'll see on this one where you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you have 6 sheets of paper, 2 each. This pack you only have the 5 sheets and then you have these fun punch outs. So there's 2 pages of little die cuts that you punch out and have fun images and things like that. I just pulled out a quick sample. And then you have your color coordinating items for what's in the paper. This is really great because we don't always have a lot of manly or masculine stamp sets. A lot of it is flowers. And not that guys don't like flowers, but sometimes it's nice to have something besides our flowers. So anyway, this is the He's the Man. And then here's a couple samples that I've put together with these. And this one does a little bit of crinkling of the paper in the background. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video. And then we also have this one, which showcases some of the soft succulent designer paper in that one. So next we have Sun Prints, and this one is also a 12 by 12 pack, and it features Night of Navy, Pacific Point, Starry Sky, and Gray Granite. Ooh, a tongue twister. So really pretty imagery in here, and some of this paper on the 12 by 12, when you open it up, like the images at the bottom and the top may be blue. So I tried to trim out pieces so you could see. That's why some of this is all blue. There might have been a little bit more on that pack somewhere else. So let's take a look at a couple of samples. This one is actually made from one of my team members, Hannah. She put this one together for our team swap and it was just so beautiful. I wanted to share it with you guys. So she did some stamping of the images and then she did a little blending brush. So this actually didn't even use the designer paper. It uses the coordinating stamp set. And this one is, I think, a suite as well. So it has an embossing folder of a fern that coordinates with it. And then here's one I put together with just the beautiful paper. You can make a quick and easy card. I just die cut it, threw some gems, stamped the stamp and the die cut that comes with that suite, and you're good to go. All right, moving on to the next one. We have Butterfly Kisses, and I thought I had a sample made with this, but I can't seem to find it. So we'll just take a look at it. It features a lot of the in colors. So you have Starry Sky and Parakeet Party, and then it also blends in with Fresh Freesia, which is last year's in color, and then some Calypso Coral and Crushed Curry. Now this pack is actually a 6 by 6 pack, and there's so many different patterns. I had to like cut them and make smaller samples so you could see all the different. So these are the front and backs for how the paper goes on this one. And here's your coordinating colors. So perfectly penciled. This one is fun black and white. I've seen a lot of samples out on Pinterest. You can use your blending brushes to color your paper to be any color. You can color the images with Stampin' Right markers or blends or even watercolor pencils. So there's lots of different variety that you can do with this, and everybody always loves the black and white. So I played around with this one and actually made a little hippo card, and he's got one of those, I don't know if you can see it, those wobble springs on there. So he's a new stamp set that you can earn for free during celebration. And I paired it with, I think it's the Feel Good, I forget the name of it. It's a cute stamp set with really big sentiments. So I paired it with that since it was hip hip hooray. So, and then for this one, I actually used the watercolor pencils to color him up. I've been using the blends a lot, but this one I did the pencil on. The Lovely in Linen. This is a really pretty pack of paper, and it's 12 by 12. I don't have any samples. I haven't played around with this one yet. Your colors are Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, Pale Papaya, Soft Succulent, and Sweet Sorbet, which is one of our new in colors this year. And there's some really fun patterns, and there's some texture and wear and tear kind of to the paper. So they did a really nice job on that. And then Texture Chic specialty paper. So this specialty paper is two-sided, and then you've got your front and your back. And the one side is regular colors, and then the back side has the gold foiling in there. It's like a random, it's not like super consistent, so it's got some really nice random patterns and then some fun colors that they pulled together. And this is a suite as well, so there's coordinating stamps and dies, and I think there's some fancy gold brush paper that also goes with that one. So you can find that in the annual catalog. And I have another sample to share on this one. And Hannah's been busy, my team member. She's sent me the sample as one of our other team swaps from another month. So you can see how pretty that paper is. Let me actually pull it out of the envelope so you guys can take a closer look. So she did a fun fold on this one, and this is that brushed paper I was telling you about. That's really pretty. And then she stamped the corners too. And what's nice about this fun fold is you get to see the back of the paper as well. So it kind of folds over. So there you go. I also have a quick sample that I put together. Now this one is using our note cards. So we have these crafted note cards that are new in the annual catalog, and I paired this with the Abigail Rose flowers. And the colors and the flowers are similar to that suite. So the note cards are kind of cool. They're a little overlooked in the catalog, and they actually come with this adorable box that you can put together. So I wrapped it with some, well, I've been playing with the Abigail Rose a lot. So this is the ribbon from that suite, and then this is the die cut as well, and the designer paper from there, and the sentiment. So, and then this is tailor-made tags that I cut that with. So you can make a lot of fun cards. They're quick and easy. The paper does all the work for you. Let's see what guy is next. Okay, so let's take a look at some of our other packs. So these were really big pieces of paper with lots going on, so I didn't want to cut them into the 2x2 square. So I decided to do a little 6x6 sheets of these. Now the Tea Boutique, that's the size they come in, so I just punched a hole in the corner. And let's see, I think these have all the in colors. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I think almost all the in colors are in this pack of paper. So let's take a quick look at that. Actually, let's move those out of the way. So this coordinates with the Tea Boutique suite, and they have stamps and dies with the teacups. So you have some nice solid patterns, some bright flowers, some cute envelopes, and we have a stamp set with something, a similar image to that it'll also coordinate with. So one side has more of a subtle like pattern background, and then there's a busier one with flowers or teacups. So just flip through those. Give you a minute to look. Let's see. And these actually coordinate with the Memories and More card pack, which I will show you next. So part of the suite, they offer Memories and More, which are my favorite because they're quick and easy cards, and they have cute bases and a little bit bigger than the standard card size, you'll see in a second. So that's all the paper in this suite. And the colors, there's quite a few in here. You've got Crumb Cake, Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia, Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Petal Pink, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. And now those also, like I said, coordinate with the Memories and More card pack. So let's see, I'll pull the envelopes over. So here's the card bases, so they just fold in half like that. So you have the patterned paper on top, and then a white base. So these all have the same colors, all the in colors related to that suite. And then there's coordinating envelopes as well with the flowers. And you'll see these picked up in some of those patterned paper also. But you can pair these with anything else. I have a couple samples I'll show you in a second that I've paired them with the different things. So the Memories and More card pack, I went ahead and paired this with the Wonderful Moments, Wonderful Flowers. I don't know, where's my catalog? I don't think I have it handy. So this is a celebration stamp. So I paired it with this on the Memories and More card base with a label. And then this is that same stamp set, but a different stamp in there. And then again, here's the Memories and More card base. I paired it with a sentiment from the tulips, and then that's the Hues of Happiness fun die. And then here is one with Abigail Rose. So I actually die cut it in white and used my blends to color the flowers. And then we have in color twine in all the colors, as well as magnetic metallic ribbon. So this one I just combined the two colors, kind of kept it the same, and it picks up a little bit of the glittered paper. I don't know if you can tell. So that's some samples. And then I have a couple of teacup samples as well that use that paper and the stamp set. So these papers are all from that same thing. And then these are coordinating stamps and dies from that suite. All right, pretty prints. So these have quite a few colors and shades. So you have Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Evening Evergreen, Gorgeous Grape, Petal Pink, Rich Razzleberry, Shaded Spruce, Soft Seafoam, Soft Succulent, and Sweet Sorbet. And this is a 12 by 12 pack. And so when I cut them up, you can see there's only a piece of imagery. It's similar to some of the sun prints patterns, actually, if you look through there. So some pages have more than others. So when you have your 12 by 12, there's a bigger piece of things. And then the Blackberry Bliss. Let's flip these around. All right. I like the shadowing of these. It's really pretty. I haven't made any cards with these yet, so now that I'm doing my video so I can show you guys the paper, I can start chopping it up. So I'll be chopping some of it up for some cards. So you may see some samples later, but don't have any to share right now. Now the Hues of Happiness, this again is a 12 by 12 pack, and it has a wide variety of what's on a page, so the colors change quite a bit. So the 6 by 6 even doesn't give you a full look at the sheet of paper, but it'll get you close. So this one has quite a few bright colors. You have Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, and Pool Party. So flowers are gorgeous. This is another suite where the dies coordinate, so they will cut out some of the flowers in your paper. And then there's some fun watercolor on the back. So since July is watercolor month, Stampin' Up! Has been sharing some fun techniques and things, so you'll see me sharing some as well. But this has got some watercolor effects on here for you. And then there's different pieces of the paper, so like some of this coordinates with another corner that has a different color flower. So you'll see how pretty these are. And I think the die has cut out some of the ones on this page. I think the stamp set even coordinates, and you can stamp the images on top. I have not played with that yet, but I have seen somebody post about that, so that's next on my list to try out. And then they also have texture in here, so it's really pretty. It's like a canvas, so it's just not a flat image. Stampin' Up! Does a beautiful job with the designer paper. So this image looks like it's a piece of canvas. And then same thing with these flowers. So you can see some of these have the same paper because it's actually another corner of a similar piece of paper. So for instance, let's see. These two are the same piece of paper, but if you look at the flowers, the colors are totally different. So it was kind of weird trying to figure out how to share all that paper with you. So hopefully you guys get the gist of it. And then when you pick up your own paper, you'll be able to see it. So I did make a few cards with this. This one actually combines the Sending Wishes, I think it's called, stamp set. This is the Hues of Happiness and the coordinating paper. This is one of the dies in your set. And then this was my team swap for last month, so it's a fun fold. And the stamp is the Hues of Happiness, and then in here you can put your gift card in that little spot up there. I don't know if you can see it. So that uses the paper. And then I also combined it with Abigail Rose. So this is that canvas paper. And these are the dies that come with Hues of Happiness. But then these pieces are from Abigail Rose, and I just colored them up. And wanted to show you how so many different things within our catalog coordinate, even though they're not initially designed that way. Happy Forest Friends. So this is another 12 by 12 pack of paper. And it has Basic Gray, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Sahara Sand, Smoky Slate, So Saffron, and Soft Suede. And those super cute woodland animals. And then the other side has patterns. And again, these are like a huge sheet of paper, so sometimes it's hard to see the whole image on some of these. So this has the same background. So this is the same piece of paper from two different pieces of it, like two different places of the corner. And then you've got the little bear. I think the dies may even cut him out. I have not tested that. Some fun trees. Your leaves. These would be great for fall color cards and then baby cards too. Might even work with the little gnomes if you're excited about those gnome guys in the holiday catalog. Let's see, did I make, oh, I did make one little card with that. So that same note kit that I was showing you with the box, I made this little card. So I just took a piece of the paper, cut out one of the bears. I think he was from this page. Yeah, so I cut him out and just popped him up in the forest. Some of the flowers from this page as well. And then put that on a little note card. And then decorated the envelope. So I took another piece from this pack and just did the little flap. So there you go for that one. Okay, Washing Beauty. So this pack is 12 by 12 also, and it does have a big image, kind of like the other ones. That's why these were all cut to the 6 by 6. The colors in this pack are Balmy Blue, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Granny Apple Green, Mary Merlot, which we haven't seen used quite a bit, so that's kind of nice to have that color back. Mossy Meadow, Polished Pink, and So Saffron. So again, these have really nice images that you can make a really fast card with. So you have your flowers on one side, and there are coordinating stamps and dies, which we'll probably cut out some of those. And then you have your solid images on the back, and then a little bit busier with the flowers. So there's that pack. And I did make some samples. I have a couple to share with you. So I did, this one is the book binding, where you just glue that one edge down and you make like a little square card. And the stamps I actually used are Hues of Happiness. So like I said, you can coordinate so many different items with Stampin' Up's products. And then this is just this sheet of paper. I mean, super easy card. Look, I just cut the paper, put a sentiment, some butterflies, and I layered it with the extra little piece of cardstock. And then you're good to go. So quick and easy cards out of this paper. All right, what do we have left? Oh, host paper. So when you host, or if you shop and you spend more than $150, you can earn Stampin' Rewards. And then you can buy some discounted hostess set. And these I actually cut like 2 by 3 or 4 maybe. But it's a huge pack of paper. I think there's like 48 sheets or something in there. I forget. Don't quote me. But really pretty colors, and I didn't jot them down. But you'll see lots of fun patterns. They're all subtle. I can name off the top of my head Pool Party and Blackberry Bliss probably. Some So Saffron. So really pretty paper. So if you've been seeing some samples out on Pinterest and you're like, where is that paper? This is probably where the paper is that you couldn't find, this host paper, because there's only a tiny little picture of it in the catalog and you don't realize how many different sheets and patterns are in here. And the colors are all similar and subtle, so they coordinate so pretty. So I did put together a little hippo card, little fun fold. So I used 2 different patterns here, and then just colored up the hippo, the free hippo from Celebration, with some blend markers, and then just put that little card together. So let's see. And then I think that's all the paper I wanted to show you. I do have a couple samples using that Sending Wishes bundle. And then I wanted to show you, we do have designer paper. The glitter paper is coordinating with the in colors. So these 2 cards are using that. And then the pack of in color paper. So just wanted to give you a couple more samples to look at. It's always fun to have inspiration. Let me flip you back. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found that informative and got a closer look at some of the paper. If you have questions or want to see something closer, please let me know. I'm always happy to help. And if you'd like to shop, you can find my website at the top. And then my host code for July is up there as well. So feel free to use that if you're shopping. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.